G'day and thank you very much for buying a Town bed base. This is a video for the solid pine day bed and also the stacking day bed. Okay, so we're going to start with just the normal day bed because it's exactly the same on both of the beds. It's only the legs that are a little bit shorter, but identical. So what you're going to have is two long side support railings. They have a lip on the side. They're 1.88 meters long and they're used for your mattress slats. Then you have your two back rest planks. They are exactly the same length as your side support railings, but they have no lip on it. They're rounded and sanded. Then you'll have two shorter legs. Okay, this is going to be for the front of the armrest. And then you have two longer legs. This will be for the back of the armrest. So once they go into pairs, they will actually work like that. Okay, I'll explain that again when we put the bed together. But that's your two legs, or two pairs of legs. Then you have your headboard planks. They will sit in between your legs there. They are whatever the size of the bed is you bought. This is a single, so these are I think 87 centimeters long or something like that. And they are rounded. They have 3 holes at the top, space for a barrel mat. You'll have 4 of those for the actual day bed. And then you'll have 9 mattress slats. They are not rounded. They are just square, thick pieces of pine wood. Then, if you bought the stacking day bed, the only thing that changes is you've got an additional 4 legs for the bottom of the bed. Okay, so 2 pairs of 2 legs. Then you would have gotten another 2 side support railings with the lip, making it 4 in total. If you bought the stacking day bed, you'll have an additional 2 headboard planks, exactly the same length, exactly the same. There's no difference. So then in that box you'll have a total of 6, and you'll have another 9 mattress slats. That's the only difference. Okay. Before we start with the first armrest, just a quick note on how the barrel nut system works. So you'll have 2 different lengths of screws. You'll have a 100mm and an 80mm screw. So essentially, when you're going through the wide side of the plank or the long side of the plank, you're going to be using the 100mm screw, and when you're going through the short side of the plank, you're going to be using the 80mm screw. I will tell you which one to use, but that's just the easiest way to remember it. Then you'll have 2 dowels per joint. At the end of your plank, you'll have 3 holes. The dowels go on either end of the plank, and the barrel nut that came with goes into the top of the plank with the thread facing the hole on the end. Okay, so it goes into the plank, push that in, and always take a screw and just check if it threads. Sometimes wood debris can get stuck in there. You want to have that joint clean for when you assemble. And then how it works is it goes through the leg. Always push it through the leg first just to see if it goes through properly. The screw goes through the leg, the plank pushes in, goes through, and it tightens from the back. And that's how all the joints work. The screws change, but all the joints work exactly the same on this bed. Now to actually know how the joints work, we're going to want to build our first side piece or headboard for the day bed. So it consists of 1 shorter leg and 1 longer leg. Now, on the top of this plank, the shorter one only has 3 holes that should be facing up, and then it has 2 sets of 3 holes facing the side. And on the longer plank, it also only has 2 holes facing the side, but it has 3 sets of 3 holes facing upwards on the flat side of the leg. That's how you create 1 pair. Okay? So if that's what you have, you're sorted, you can start building your 2 headboards. It goes very easy from here. So now you have built your 2 headboards. So there's one, there's your other. I've not fully tightened the screws yet, although you can, but I just fully tighten when I'm done assembling everything. What you can do now is, if you're by yourself, this is the easiest. To do these planks, it's difficult to do them while in the air. So I turn the entire headboard on its side, and then I'll start with the bottom one to this side, on the opposite side, and top one, or you can do the top one in the air. Makes it a bit easier. Okay, let's go for it. At the bottom, you have your headboard plank, you have your side support railing with the lip that sits on the side where the longest piece of the leg sticks out. That's the bottom. Then you have your two back support railings. Now, important add-on, if you don't want the barrel nut holes to be on the side that's visible to the public, you can flip these planks around. But then you'll have to possibly get someone to help you put the barrel nuts in from the other side while you tighten. But it's completely up to you. It doesn't change the strength of the bed at all. But I'm going to do it like this because I'm by myself. You've fully assembled your base, you've tightened everything. Now you're going to take your slats, just space them sort of right. Take your little spacer block that came with the bed. Pick a corner, any corner. Place your spacer block into that corner and leave that spacer block gap. Move on to the next one. Spacer block, tighten, spacer block and tighten. You can finish one side, tighten the screws and then move on to the other side. The screws can be tightened with a normal screwdriver, hand screwdriver, or if you have one of those battery operated drills, you can use that as well. Thank you, cheers. After you've built your daybed that sits on top, you are going to build the bottom of your stacked daybed. It consists of the two short legs, the four short legs, two pairs of short legs that came with the bed. It has two more headboard planks, so with the stacked daybed you would have had 6 headboard planks, 4 used for the stacked bed, another 2 for the stacked daybed. So they come into the middle here, exactly the same as on the normal bed that you just built before this. You have your 2 long side pieces, and you have your 9 mattress slats. And then on top of the little leg, you have space for your dowel. Dowel pushes in, and your stack bed just sits on top of it, and it keeps it secure. Great stuff, thank you very much.